Stop.
No way!
Oh wait, he's actually doing it! Oh man, what the hell? This is not a troll. This is not a drill. Baiting him in here, and remember, no flash. Did he even use the hop? I think he already did. No, he's going to use that on the minions, but it does not matter.
Oh,
that is going to be
available to him. And he's going to back as well with an immense amount of gold. This room has been spotted, so Fate should be fine here, but so much attention being paid here. Live Sandbox do...
It's... Okay, he's gonna face check though. This is, you know, you can avoid the Gnar, and he's gonna try to get away here. He is gonna be knocked up against that wall. No stun comes in, but the flash comes out from the Udyr, and even though he is able to dash on through, he will still go down. And now Canyon getting baited in here. We got the teleport as well. Canyon will actually get a kill somehow onto Summit. Summit sticking around. A bit low. We got a 5-on-4 as the KaiSser is in the mid lane, but can ultimate in. Live Sandbox looking for the engage, but DK pick up the objective and will look to flash away, but in goes Barrel for the engage, and now we've got Pantheon coming over the wall, and Khan is surviving for a ridiculous amount of time. Root also gonna get isolated down on the south side of that fight. Yeah, we've seen teams do this in the LCK where it's like, do or die at the Rift Herald. If you don't get it, you lose the game, as Canyon might lose his life here. Down he goes, 1,000 gold down, so, you know. Again, the decision around the Rift Herald to try to force that fight, a bit questionable. They can make mistakes, but they still win, so there's that. Rel doing her thing. This is going to be the second time now as Root walks in the lane and dies. Does not that, so you can see Krako is up here in the top side. The one thing that Fizz is great at is dodging a lot of these very obvious.
Get a really early soul point, and then if DK ever make a mistake, you just immediately in really... DK is not going to approach Mountain Soul, so those first two Drakes for Live Sandbox are basically just you.
This becomes the Norm. I'd be pretty happy just to have Fizz back and doing fun builds and stuff like that. Khan he's getting in there. 1v2, you know, he always has that ability to just hop onto his Trident and hop away, Udyr or something like that. But for now, just taking a lot of beating, actually, trying to beat in the side of Live Sandbox. The teleport comes in immediately, and Canyon, again, is caught out in a really awkward spot. He is going to throw up his shield and has the Gore Drinker, but again, it's 1v4, not really doing anything, and this is one way for Live Sandbox to try to get some, you know, objective nearby. Khan actually spots Effort in the brush. They will be looking to collapse onto him as Jump the Waters will come out, and the flash is not going to, finally comes out over the wall, but the damage is there from Canyon, and immediately the support is down, but now Showmaker in an awkward spot is going to get queued. In goes Fate looking for it, but he immediately gets burst down. Not able to do that damage, as now in goes Canyon, decides, I'd like to engage, gets popped, but he's going to open up this engage for his team, so nice little sacrifice for him. And Khan is pretty difficult, actually, for Root to take down right now. You can see that a lot of that armor stack is looking pretty good, even though he does go down in the end.
They executed, as we might get an engage from Barrel here.
He's going in. He's not messing around, as he will get on top of Effort. Effort is just running away the entire time. And you see Canyon gets in that, really taking advantage of him so far in this game. As now a 5-on-4 around the Drake. They're looking for the turn here onto the Udyr. The gameplay button going to be hit there from the Syndra, and that is a couple of kills.
Get very, very awkward if they don't find the immediate blow-up, right? If they can kite back, and you're forced into that on the strongest 2-item Power Spike that I think you can find in 11
Not much you can do. There's, you know, unless you're going to dive on in there, but as it stands now with Baron minions barreling down the mid lane and the bottom lane a bit here, Khan going to return here for the 4-1. And Damwon are just looking for inhibitors. They're looking for as much base breaking as possible. As now they're going to try to turn onto the Fizz here. Khan looking for the kill onto Summit, but 4v1 might be a little bit too much for the Fizz to handle. Damwon Gia will pick up the one inhibitor, but Khan will be caught out.
And another trap hit up, yeah.
This Nautilus, though, just not able to get any value at all. Barrel gets another fantastic engage. Coming in from behind the Summit. He's really barreling down here. Barrel's like, are you kidding me? You can't kill me. He's trying desperately, and he finally will. Actually, that was the Azir, but they're going to pay for it. And there's really not much that Live Sandbox can do. Pretty desperate, trying to get on in there, but I think maybe they just ended the game on themselves now. The flash in is cute, A nice little shutdown there, but it looks like Canyon and Showmaker, the duo, will look to push in and break another inhibitor.
And I think that if Khan, in that initial fight where he got caught, would have actually hit his chum the waters, he might have even gotten the return kill there on Summit. I'm loving this Fizz. He's got Wit's End as well. He's an absolute maniac. I'm all here for it. Khan just having fun. And like I said, I think the problem with this is I don't think the Fizz was, you know, like a month. Like this looks really bad, but he's the one who face checks, right? Like it's either him or
anything of that sort here from Live Sandbox.
It gets harder and harder as well, right? Showmaker is a Banshees as they might go in for the final part of the game.
No, not again, Effort. Not like this. Oh no. They're bullying him. That's not.
Stop bullying Effort, guys. He's already on Nautilus. He can't do anything.
It's big time Pepe hands for sure.
Yeah.
Khan is actually being shot, you know, he's being chipped away at there on the top side, but Ghost now, as a late game Xayah, is just making you feel the pain. And we see Summit actually pulling those minions out of position. They're just trying to hunt him down. I feel like
got this,
here,
buddy.
like, they're almost.
What happened? This is not my LCK.
Well,
Where was
casting Scion Karma yesterday, and then the first game here on Friday is, of course, top Fizz, because that's just the way things go.
Naturally.
You know, well, they have a thing in Korea called Brugun, which is literally just Fire Friday, and kind of feels like that. We're starting off with that here, at least in game one, with some fun picks. And we see Effort, he's desperately trying to get something going underneath the Nexus turrets. As you mentioned, this is where you gotta fight. The KaiSser is gonna go in and try to fight a front to back here, but he has to stopwatch, so that's gonna put an end to that fun, as he will be taken out, not able to get a kill for himself. All 5 members of Damwon Kia will survive, and they will look to take down these Nexus turrets. This is all that Cannon's been doing all game long. You know, he has to getting some on the top side. He's not really doing anything else, as Ghost actually flashed into the pit just to die at the end of the day. That's going to be game 1. 35 minutes, Damwon Kia eventually do it, but certainly...
Okay, so... Yes, it's R5 Renekton, right? The only reason that you forgive this is because there's this. And an early Cloud Drake for DK doesn't necessarily mean that much in the grand scheme of things, but it's more about what it signifies, right?
Yeah, Infernal Drake going to be very important for both of these teams, as here comes the engage. He's going to catch Canyon, and that will be the smite going the way of Kroko, so Live Sandbox.
Execute the play well. They immediately take Canyon, who had no business being that far forward as they go in.
Damwon are not messing around. They're going to get immediately onto this bot lane, and Root, he is going to hit that S rank. Ghost doesn't seem to care. He's just slowly chipping away.
Here as Live Sandbox. And Summit in a vacuum is doing super well. Showmaker has his summoners available. He's still going to deal a lot of hurt. Possible collapse here, though.
No. Effort just face checks here, and he gets caught out. Beryl and Ghost, really nice read. They're like, okay, you don't have any vision, so we can just wait for you and take you out.
But it was like they were setting up for a collapse there, right? I think that they knew they were there, and Effort was like, okay, team is coming. Kroko and Fade are on their way towards the bot side, but the beautiful fact of Damwon being this far ahead also means that their item spikes are pretty gruesome if you're a Live Sandbox fan, right? Like Ghost already had a Kraken Slayer. That's an isolated rel.
That you give them and they'll make it a mile. It's kind of been their big MO, at least for the end of last year. Take a look at Khan taking 0 damage.
It's actually 0 damage.
Yeah, 0. It's not going to amount to too much. We're going to see the engage here on a Beryl. He is going to be forced to use his ultimate early. Take a look at the top side, though. Teleport, not wasted, actually. He does get it off here, trying to engage onto Ghost, and Summit is pretty massive at this point in time. We're going to have this ultimate come out, and Beryl...
No.
Oh, man, you left your friend alone. As they'll look for more. Actually trying to come in here, and now Scion coming in from the back. Canyon will go down, and Beryl as well. Maybe they overextended here. At least Khan was able to get the 1 kill, but now you've got Root popping off here. Can they even kill the Scion? It looks eventually they will. but it did take quite a while, as I'm not sure why Kia stuck around. No Killer Instinct here, but we have Showmaker, and we all know what Rise can do in this kind of situation. Here he comes!
No.
Looking to put up some big numbers, trying to nuke people behind the Baron, and there it is! They just grouped up for it like fish in a barrel, and there is nothing they can do to get away. They flash over the wall.
And try and turn. Because standing behind Baron, the damage augmentation as Tokyo Drift comes in, just distracting them. He doesn't actually need to do anything, just making sure that Croco can't get in.
Effort's getting in there. He's doing it. They actually killed the cow.
That's nice. And they are, so
yeah,
it's even worse.
They're just going to make this even their favorite champion, I feel like, right now. They get to zoom in on the choo-choo train every time, so...
And there's nothing I love more than a Saiyan, like, really, like, drifting, almost leading a team and then failing as possible team fight here.
Yeah, this time Beryl is going to have some help from Showmaker on the top side. You can see Live Sandbox, they're just not comfortable to engage into this. Showmaker just stands the rel up. Not very nice.
No.
Now they're just going to ult mid. They're like, okay, let's end this game. Good fight, guys. I don't know if they can actually end it here, but they're going to at least look to push the inhibitor and look for picks. And Showmaker has already turned into that machine gun. Flashes onto Fate, and Ghost immediately gets in there. Root and his friend Croco is going to have to run away. Summit's like, yep, I wish I wasn't the only one that had anything going for me in this game. Immediately going to get nuked down. And they still have the Baron, and they're still pushing.
And I don't think there's anything you can do as Live Sandbox with how that Domon is at this point. Can't. You can just join this fight. Please teleport, right? Like, he's just in the side wave, taking down the turret, and now he's going to back and then teleport. So that's okay. You know, we forgive him for that. Keep the minion alive. But this is a return to form here as Samira goes in.
Yeah, Samira gets in there, and now with both the damage dealers down, Draco looking to take down Canyon. Doesn't have that lead, but will eventually pick it up. Now Khan is going 1v2.
Do it, Khan.
He's going to be able to take out... Oh, no. Effort is going to step away. And Croco a little bit. Rise. Alistair.
And it's
You're going to have a fun time.
Oh, they're going in.
Yeah, they want to just kill them, actually. They're not even going to waste any time. You see that Summit with those two items. He is pretty rough to take down. And Showmaker gets a little bit too confident this time around. Khan, he's a front line, but now he's all alone in the front line. Effort trying to help out here. The KaiSser still alive, and Ghost trying to go 1v5.
Everyone who's ever played the Sodaki game has seen this one coming. You're doing so well. You're basically ending.
Boogaloo, like, is this the Baron play where they get caught again? Or will Live Sandbox be able to take it down this time? It looks like the answer will be no! It's gonna be Canyon with the steal! Throws up the thumbs up, and he doesn't even care if his team dies. He got the Baron. He's happy with it. But again, you're feeding these carries. Do or die. Live Sandbox, they have to get this going right here, right now. But the position advantage right now in favor of Damwon Kia. We do have a bit of a wraparound coming out now from Effort, but they just want to burst down the Baron, take the Mountain Soul, and then go into it. The engage comes out from Beryl. Immediately, Summit will go down, and Fate is just running away from the KaiSser. We also got Showmaker in a much better position this time around. Croco and Fate not able to do their damage at all, and that is going to do it. Looks like Damwon Kia pick up the Mountain Soul, and they will pick up the 2-0 tonight.
Showmaker did more damage in that fight than we've seen Udis do over the course of 2 games, Valdez.
Yeah.
That was how the fight is supposed to look, right? Like Damwon, they know how to do. They know how to play the game. They know what to do. They're literally the best team in the world at the moment. I mean, maybe Fred Apreen is, as I say that. Canyon is like, Croco, we're gonna tussle, baby. But
just trading thumbs up.
I'm pretty sure Canyon dies.
Croco? I don't.
He does not win
know
this.
About that, the spear lands. Oh, and he gets shot mid-jump. Meanwhile, Train to Busan coming in. There you go, GG 2-0. Damwon Kia pick up the win that, honestly, we were definitely expecting tonight.
Congratulations on your win. Hello. Thank you. Beryl, congratulations on your first PUG and your first interview. How are you feeling?
이번 스프링 시즌 첫
This is my first PUG for the spring split. It feels nice.
네, 기분 좋으실 것 같아요. 쇼메이커 선수는 이제 POG 500점으로
And Showmaker, this is your 5th POG so far. You're tying up at 2nd place with Khan. How are you feeling?
오늘 2세트 받을지 몰랐는데
I didn't know I would win POG in game
받아서
2,
좋습니다.
but I'm happy that I was able to get the POG point.
뱀픽 관련해서 공통된 좀 질문을 하고 넘어가고
We have
싶은데
some question about your draft.
이어서 칸 선수가 이번에는
So
티제를
this time
선택을
around,
했는데
Khan's pick
또 이
into
세트
Nar
같은
was
경우에는
Fizz,
나이즈를
and in game number
계속해서
2, Rise came back to mid lane after almost a
픽들에
year.
대해서 간단하게 좀 쇼메이커 선수 뭐
Can you guys kind of give us some description about those new picks coming on?
피즈 같은 경우는 이제
For Fizz,
경력도 되게 오래돼서
because
피즈는
Khan has a
핫피처럼
long
진짜
experience,
옛날에 좀 핫했던 픽인데
and
네네네.
Fizz top
옛날에
used to
기억을
be a
떠올려서
thing
할만한 것
back
같다
in those
해서
days, so he
했던 것
brought
같고,
those memory back and he did fantastic job.
라이즈는
And
제가
about Rise,
작년이나 재작년에도 자주
I
사용하던
played
픽이라
Rise a lot last year and
라이즈가
also
뜨고
2
있어서
years before,
그대로 뭘
and I
할까
thought
생각하다가 찾은 게 라이즈.
I thought Rise was a good champion into Azir.
그 2세트 픽이긴 하지만 한 번 더 질문을 드리면 많은 분들이 어쨌든 무난한 이제 아지르 대 빅토르
Since you brought that up, we were expecting Azir versus Victor matchup, but then they actually changed their mind into Azir. Why do you think that happened?
잡았을 때 위아래 영향력 주는 게 좀 중요한 챔프여서.
Azir is a champion that has to exert a lot of pressure around the top and bottom lane as well. So I think they decided that Victor staying in lane doesn't really matter. I think they were looking for some rotation coming out from mid lane priority.
주도권을 퍼뜨려주기 위한
네.
픽이었다는 것 같습니다. 이제 제가 이제 베릴 선수한테 여쭤보고 싶은 거는 오늘
I have a question over to Burrow. Tamon Kia and Liv Sandbox actually had identical first herald percentage, and we had a huge fight breaking out around that first herald, and you guys were able to gain huge momentum based on that team fight victory. So was that one of your focal points for today's match?
저희 조합이 이제 전령을 먹으면 좀
Our
많이
comp
할수 있는 데가
had a
많아가지고
lot of tools
그래서
to
좀
snowball
전령에
with
좀
that
많이
herald,
신경
so we tried to focus on that first herald.
POG를 이제 렐로 받으셨는데 렐 관련해서 윤수빈
So we have a question
선수랑
about
인연이
your rel.
네, 저희가 챔프 판다에서
And you guys also had this program together about this new champion, Rel.
받으시니까 저는 되게 감회가 새로운데요. 렐에 대한 이제 평가가 굉장히 달라지고
So
있잖아요.
in the beginning of the split, a lot of people were having question marks over to this champion, but now it's changing. How do you rate this champion? Personally, I think Rel is one of the high tier meta pick in the support role.
지금 어제도 렐이 계속 POG
Yesterday we had multiple POGs going over to Rel, and you once again was able to pick up this Rel POG as well. So we're like a little bit curious whether Rel is being the POG or the pilots are being the POG. So what's your thought about that?
이게 은근 다른 라이너들이
I think
렐 그 W랑
other laners
그런 CC가 좀
doesn't have enough heads up into the engagement coming out from Rel's W and ultimates. But once the players get used to it, just like Rakan, the ult W combo, I think the players will start to react to it.
치고 나가서 이득을 보는 게 좋지 않을까 이런 생각이 듭니다.
이제 쇼메 선수 이 경기 같은 경우에는 저희가 이제
And Showmaker in game number 2,
아지르 대 라이즈 구도를 살짝만 설명해 줄 수 있으실까요?
we need some explanation about this Azir versus Rise matchup.
라이즈는 그냥
I think
잘하는 쪽이 이기는 것 같습니다.
better player wins.
사실 바텀에서 주도권 잡은 다음에
Once you guys got the priority down on the bottom lane, you actually control the mid lane wave. You were actually pulling the wave to your side, and you were actually looking for some gank, and it really worked out well. Was that all planned?
원래 라이즈는 이제 1, 2레벨 무조건 당겨줘서
I mean, that's what happens when Rise in level 1 and 2.
상대 미드가 갱업박 같은
And
데
also,
좀 심해요. 그래서
Rise can put a lot of gank pressure onto
처음에
the opponent
그때
mid laner.
난다 해서
So we had the perfect tempo to pull that off.
2레벨은 이 스킬을 못 찍어가지고
And Azir can take E in level 2, so we were looking for some early gank, and we were able to force the flash out of Fate. And also Azir missed two of the melee minion and also the Canyon minions, so he lost a lot of XP as well.
네, 그렇습니다. 하지만 이 경기에서는 한타에서 조금
However, in game number 2, we had a lot of close team fights. What do you think about the matchup between your two comps?
제가 좀 범인인 거.
I think I'm the guilty one.
제가 쌍둥이 타워에서 안 물렸으면 그냥 끝났을 텐데.
Like unless I got caught in the Nexus turrets, we could just close out the game. But you know, the longer the better.
아, 죄송합니다.
We had more fun, right? But I'm sorry. I want to say sorry.
재밌으셨나요?
It's my fault.
아니요 별로.
It was not fun at all.
네. 아니 근데 뭐 실수는 실수지만 픽 자체에도
But there were some mistakes, but we had a lot of new picks coming out in the LCK. You were popping off from the get-go to the end, so you were able to get that POG. But since you said that you made a mistake, who do you want to give this POG over to on your side of teammates? Maybe Kwan? Cyan?
사이온이 원래 레넥톤 니달리 상대로 좀
Cyan
라인업하기가 되게 힘든데
does have a lot of tough time into Renekton Nidalee, but he was doing such a great job to hanging in there, and also he was able to put a lot of impact over to the bottom lane as well.